In a previous video, we reviewed creating a sales order on the CIMcloud platform, having that sync into Acumatica, processing that into a shipment and invoice in Acumatica, and seeing those shipments and invoices on the CIMcloud platform. In this video, we're going to take invoices that have synced over from Acumatica. We're going to pay those on the website and process the payment in Acumatica and see that payment on the website and how it's applied to the invoices. So we're going to start out with some invoices on the CIMcloud platform. You can see these three open invoices associated with ABC Company. This is in the worker portal. So when you look at this, you can look at the invoice, dig in and see the information on the invoice, the details of the items on the invoice, as well as shipments associated with it. And you'd be able to track and see the tracking on that. Since this has not been paid, you do not see the payment on this yet. You can also see that the sales orders here, and we can look at that where you can see the actual details of the sales order. In this case, you can see that part of the sales order did not ship and was back ordered. So the invoice with this would only be associated with the items that have shipped, and we can see that here. And we can even click on the invoice from here and see it's only the items that have actually shipped. Again, that's in the worker portal. So logged into the site front as a user on that particular account, on the ABC Company account. I am logged into the main site in this one, the site for customers to come in and do things, where they can shop and do things. But I'm going to look at my open invoices here and see that I have these three invoices that we're talking about paying. So to do that, I'm going to come here. Click on Pay Now, which will bring up all of my open invoices. It's going to auto-select the one that I clicked on the Pay Now from, and I'm going to go ahead and pay these three invoices. You have the choice of using an existing vaulted card. If one exists, this is vaulted with the particular gateway associated and set up on the CIMcloud platform. In this case, it is an authorized.net. When we vault the card, we're not storing any of the credit card information on our side. That's all tokenized with the particular merchant account. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and just add a new one so that you can see that. I mean, I could use this defaulted one if I wanted to, but I'm going to add one here where I can come in here, and I'm going to do this with a test card. This is a sandbox account on authorized.net. And we're just going to put test card information on this. And I'm going to enter and vault that card. So that card is vaulted. It has not submitted any transaction information at this time. It's just vaulted the card and is currently defaulted on this payment. Here I can come in, enter my CVV code. I can enter some information I wanted to, but I'm just going to go ahead and make the payment. In this case, it's now submitting the transaction to the gateway, and for invoice payments, this is always captured. So we can now come back into the worker portal, and if we look at online payments, we can look and see that we can see this payment. It's a successful payment on the platform, and it has not tried pushing it into Acumatica at this point. If I refresh, it has pushed it into Acumatica now, and we should be able to see that in Acumatica. So if I go to Acumatica at this point, and I go to my payments and applications, I now see this payment. I can go into that payment. I can see the documents it's being applied to, that those three invoices, excuse me. And at this point, I'm just going to go ahead and release this payment. it is released, and now you can see it has moved that to the application history, and it's also got the card information associated with it. Now we go back to the CIMcloud platform, and we can come over here and look at payments on the CIMcloud platform and see if that payment has come over yet. That payment has synced over. It is payment 13 here. And if I click into the details here, whoops, the details have not synced over yet. So when we sync this over, we're syncing over the payment, and then there's tables in Acumatica that link that to the invoices. So that information has to sync over as well. So we'll give that a second for that information to sync over. And we would also be able to see that information on the payments applied screen. This is where it's going to show the breakdown of those details of the payments applied. There's several different ways that you can see it. So we'll just kind of refresh here and see when that information comes over. And we'll give it another second. On the user side, users have similar views of this information, so they'd be able to come over here and see the payment, so that you can see this payment 13 here, and they too would be able to go into the details. And again, we're just still waiting for those details to sync over because it can take a minute. And they too have a payments applied screen to see the details of those. And it looks like they have synced over now. So we can see the applications to invoices 18, 19, and 20. If I come to the worker portal now, again, I can see those new payments applied to those invoices. If I go into the payment itself, that's here, I can go and see those details, and I can see how those are applied. And if I go into a particular invoice, I can also see the payment applied to it as well. So again, this is just a video to kind of show how invoices can be paid on the website, that information syncing over into Acumatica, and that payment information syncing back over, and how it can be viewed in the worker portal. And just as a note, when a user pays an invoice on the website, they will also get an email with the information. So let me download the pictures on that. So in this case, they get the information on the invoices they paid, the amounts they paid, and some the general information on that payment. I hope this was helpful, and that is the end of this video.